Morning, welcome to our exploration of morphology. Morphology is the study of the structure and formation of words, how they are built from smaller units called morphemes. These building blocks are essential for understanding how language works. Today, we'll uncover how these components shape the language we use every day, providing insight into both familiar and complex words. Okay, firstly, we take a look at overview. The lesson today we have three main parts: word formation, immediate constituents, and morphological changes over time. We move to the first part, word formation. Word formation is the We move to the first part with word formation. Word formation refers to the creation of a new word. Words can be formed in several ways, primarily through the use of prefixes, suffixes, and compounding. These methods help you to expand vocabulary and modify meanings. For the prefix, and suffix, we just call it emphasis. So emphasis is like a vowel morpheme that you add to the free space to create a new word. The prefix is a morpheme added to the beginning of a word to alter its meaning. Here I have some common prefixes: in, un, this, ear. When we when we add the prefix "and" into the free word "happy," we got a new word "unhappy," and here negates the meaning of "happy," transforming it into opposite. Similar to "in" with "discipline," we got a new word "indiscipline." For the suffix is a morpheme added to the end of the word, usually changing its word class. I also have some common suffixes include ment, ness, ite, us, shin, and so on. For example, we got we got the adjective happy, and when we add the suffix ness into happy, we got a new word happiness, exchanging an adjective to a noun. Or another, we have the verb invest, and then we add a suffix ment. We have a new word here, investment, changing a verb to a noun. We move to the compounding in word formation. Compounding in word formation. Compound words combine two free morphemes to create a new word with a specific meaning. Compounding is actually different from affixation. In affixation, a vowel morpheme is affixed to a base. Compounding derives a new word by joining two morphemes that would usually be free morphemes. I have some common combination include verb with adjective, present participle plus noun, or noun plus noun, and adjective plus noun. For example, if I take a free morpheme, green is an adjective, combine it with the free morpheme, house is a noun, I get a new word, greenhouse. Well, greenhouse means a class class of house, a class of house that plants. Well, greenhouse means A glass building in which plants that need protection from cold weather are grown. When we can tell that it is a new word because its meaning is different from what we could get if we just combine the two words to make a phrase. We could walk down the street describing houses. Well, this is a brown house, this is one, he is a tall house, and he the red house, he is the green house. But a greenhouse is something different from a house that have green color, right? It's a new word derived by compounding. Or also we have a noun tooth. We plus us with a noun brush. We have a new word here. Toothbrush is a tool that helps you clean your teeth. Or notebook is a small book to write a note. We move to another example. Another way that was derived by compounding differs from words derived by affixation is that a compound word doesn't really have a base or a root that determines the meaning of the word. Instead, both pieces of a compound make a sizable contribution to the meaning. For example, yoga pen are pants that you wear to do yoga, and emerald green is the particular color of green that emeralds are. So it doesn't make sense to say that compounds have a root. Well, we talk about more complex structure in word formation. Do you know about the complex word? Complex words contain at least one vowel morphemes as an IC, as an immediate constituent. Complex word, we have a free base morpheme plus with a vowel base or just a vowel base morphemes or just a vowel base morpheme joined together. The word, for example, the word ungentlemanly here combines the prefix un, this means not, the base gentleman, a man of good social standing, suffixly. When we break it down into further, the prefix "un" indicates negation. Gentleman denote a man of good social standing. The suffix transform an adjective into an adverbial form, so suggesting behavior characteristic of gentleman. Move to the last part, derivational morphemes in word formation. Well, derivation creates new word related to existing one, adding meaning and often changing the word's category. A common method is adding derivational morphemes emphasis to a base word. For example, if we start with a verb that describes an action like teach and we add the morpheme er, we derive a morphologically complex noun, teacher, that refers to a person who does the action of teaching, right? Or we have the free base friend, and when we add the suffix ship his meaning the state or the condition of. And we got a new word, friendship is the state of being friends. Or rewrite is mean write again, reassess it means assess again, because prefix re here means again. And then noted that each instant of derivation creates a new word, so that new word could be served as the base for another instant of derivation. So it's possible to have words that are quite complex morphologically. For example, say you have a machine that you use to compute things. You might call it a computer that consists compute and r, the suffix r. Then if people start using that machine to perform a task, You could say that they're going to computerize, that consists computer and the suffix is that task, right? An interesting note is that once a base has been inflected, there it can no longer go through any derivation. We can inflect the word computer so that we can talk about plural computers. Then we can't do derivation on the plural form computers and the suffix ize is no. Likewise, we can add tense inflection to the verb computerized, and talk about how yesterday we computerized something. But then we can't take that inflected form and use it as a base for a new derivation, computerized, and go with Asian, the suffix Asian. No. So I have some questions that some questions in word formation you need to you need to answer so I can know that you understand this part. We move to the next part. Immediate constituent. Immediate constituents stand by IC or any of two meaningful parts forming a larger linguistic unit. I have some recommendation in IC division. If a word ends in an inflectional suffix, the first cut is between this suffix and the rest of the word. Reconceive, and we cut it here between it because we have a suffix. AD is an inflectional suffix. The second recommendation is one of the ICs should be, if possible, a free form. A free form that is one that can utter along with meaning, like act, doing, enlarge, and so on. Third recommendation, the meanings of the IC should be related to the meaning of the word. We can separate restraint in rest and rain. It's the wrong way. For the right way, we cut the prefix re and then we have free base strained. So we talk about diagram in immediate constituent. Word analyzer involves breaking down word into its constituent morphemes by repeatedly dividing it into two parts until no further division is possible. This process reveals the word structure and the individual units of meaning that is comprised. I'm sorry. For example, you have the word ungentlemanly for the layer of structure. You can see here that the first layer of construction are the prefix "und", and then we have gentlemanly. Here is the first layer. And the second layers of the construction are gentleman and the suffix "ly". The last layer of construction are gentle and men. For the tree diagram, here's the picture of the tree diagram. Move to the another example, manageability. For the layer of construction, the first layer of construction are manageable, and the suffix "at". The second layer of construction are managed and able, and the last layer is just manage. This is tree diagram. So for the compound nouns, notebook, which consists of two free morphemes, note and book. Each part contributes to a new meaning related to writing notes, right? Likewise, snowflake, which combines snow and flake, indicating a unique form of precipitation. So we move to the last part, morphological. Morphologically changes over time. Historical linguistics studies how languages change over time, and one part of that is morphological change, which focuses on how the structure and form of words evolve. We have several key processes drive morphological change. Firstly, you have affixation and loss. Languages often change by adding and losing affixes, like prefixes and suffixes. A specific example is how the Old English suffix "leg" became the modern English. We got "li" for making adverbs. Or analogy, irregular word forms sometimes change to fit more common patterns, a process called regularization. For example, while accents is the traditional plural of ax, the more regular form axis is often heard, even though it's not considered grammatically correct. Three more several key processes is compounding, inflectional change, and grammaticalization. For compounding, here is meant combining two or more morphemes, meaningful units of language, like black is a adjective, and then replace with the noun bird. Yeah, we have blackbird. Inflectional change are how words alter to show grammatical features like tense, case, number. English has simplified inflectional system over time. Grammaticalization is when words shift from having a specific meaning, lexical, to serving a grammatical purpose. For example, will used to mean to want, but now is primarily used to form the future tense. For example, the word night originates from Old English CNIHT. Here, I don't know how to pronounce this word here, which meant servant or young man. Over centuries, it evolved to denote a person granted an honorary title of knighthood, a significant transforming reflecting changes in societal structure, right? Or another example with the word girl. The term girl once referred to a young person of either gender. In Middle English, over time it became specifically associated with a female children or young woman, a change reflecting societal norms regarding gender roles. The last example here is the word awful. In Old English, awe in Old English, awe denoted fear, terror, or dread. Over time, it's transformed into a profound or reverential wonder with awful and awesome. With awful and awesome initially being synonymous in their awe-inspiring nature. However, awful later adopted an exclusively negative connotation. Connotation now signifies something extremely bad is bringing here negative meaning. Conversely, awesome evolved in the opposite direction, gaining a positive connotation around the mid a positive connotation to mean something extremely good. Alright, and then we can summarize the lesson today. Lesson today we have three main parts: word formation, immediate constituent, and morphological changes. In the word formation, we explore how words are constructed using prefixes, suffixes, and compounds. In the immediate constituent, we learn how to break down complex words into their meaningful parts. And the last part, morphological changes, we observe how certain words evolve over time in terms of meaning and usage. So the main purpose of lessons is to understand morphology, not only enhance our pronunciation for language, but also equips us with tools for better communication and comprehensions. Now I have some questions that help you practice and remember these lessons profoundly. Okay, this is the end of the lesson. Thanks for your attention.